Yeah, I know I'm a little bit late to the Daft Punk is over party, but I need a little bit of time for it to soak in, okay? These guys were a big part of my life growing up, so it kind of blindsided me. But for those of you who are clicking on here and don't know what I'm talking about, basically Daft Punk was an EDM music group, electronic dance music. And what they did was they disbanded after 28 years together, and it hit the internet pretty hard. Now, Daft Punk was only comprised of 2 members, and their names are a little bit hard to say. They're French, so let that be a note for you. Thomas Bangalter, and then Guy Manuel de Homan Cristo. So, what am I going to call them? I'm going to call them Thomas and Guy Manuel. That's what I'm going to go with. Thank you, Thomas, for being somewhat American. Now, these 2 guys never showed their faces whenever they were performing, or if they were accepting an award, or if they made cameos in movies, aka Tron. But they always had this robot persona, okay? They would never say anything. They'd have the LEDs across their masks light up, saying words if they needed to respond. But they always kept silent, and they always had a secret identity. These guys were like a huge part of my life growing up. I mean, these 2 robot guys producing way awesome music, and the fact that they started in 1993, and I was born in 1993, do you think that was a coincidence? Cause
I think not!
For real though, I remember way back in the day, me and my sister would always practice doing daft hands, and I'll try and put a video up of it. But it was a really popular thing to do back then. And then I went ahead and made a lyric video for the song Technologic. And I ended up memorizing the majority of the lyrics to that song. And just to prove how much of a fan I was of them, I will do a snippet of it. And just to prove that I know the lyrics to Technologic, I'm going to do a snippet of it blindfolded, so that way no one can be like, oh no, he's reading off of his screen. No, nothing at all. In fact, it's way too tight on my eyes. Like, my eyes are being pressed into my damn skull right now. It kind of hurts, but meow. Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, mail, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play it, burn it, rip it, drag it, drop it, zip, unzip it. Okay, I could go on, but I think that's kind of enough proof for you. When you're making a lyric video for something like that and you have to listen to it over and over and over again, it can't not get imprinted in your brain. And I love that I have it memorized. It'll be my magnum opus of lyric memorization. But alas, all good things have to come to an end, right? I just made this video to say thanks, Daft Punk, right? Wrong. I'm not sure how white I looked in that, but yeah, I'm white. Why did they split 8 years after their last full album release? Or the fact that their last song collab with The Weeknd was 3 years ago? Why, after so much silence, do they all of a sudden call it to an end? I want to theorize on a couple of ideas, okay? A little bit of food for thought. Just keep in mind, there's nothing official on this. It's just ideas. It's just thoughts. Just for fun, okay? It's fun to have fun. Let me have some fun. First off, I don't think the style of music is over. Now, for those who haven't seen the Epilogue video, basically, Thomas, in his robot uniform, slows down on his walk. He basically gets to a point where he comes to a standstill, and then we have Guy Manuel? Oh god, I've already forgotten. Then Guy Manuel comes back and goes ahead and just faces him. At that point, Thomas turns around and shows his self-destruct sequence on his back to him. Basically saying, go ahead, set it off, I'm done. I've run out of power. So he goes ahead and flips it on, 60-second timer goes off, Thomas goes up into a blaze of glory to Kingdom Come. After that, we go into music where we see Guy Manuel walking off into the sunset, or sunrise. No one really knows which one it is. I say sunset. But he's just going off in stride. Cause ain't nothing gonna break his stride. Ain't nothing gonna slow him down. Whoa no, we've got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break his... Right. Touch ground. It was a missed opportunity for them to, one, set one off, then the other turns his back, and sets the other one off, right? You'd think go down together. So why did only one go down while the other one kept on his journey? Foreshadowing. Well, I think it's because Daft Punk is officially over and split, but Guy Manuel is not done. He's continuing on his journey, could potentially be keeping on his robot outfit, and gonna continue doing what he does best. Now, another idea could be that he would go find a new robot partner or re-upload Thomas into a new body, but let's be real, that's not gonna happen, okay? That's stretching, okay? That's stretching 10 times more than this mask would ever stretch. But I really do feel like Guy Manuel will go ahead and continue on with the Daft Punk legacy and will continue to produce different music in that art style. And I don't think Thomas would absolutely keep his hands out of it either. I think he would honestly probably be given some of that music and then be like giving his input on things. I don't think that Guy Manuel is done by any means. Now, I have a theory as to why the split happened, okay? And a lot of people are like, well, the split happened, but why did it happen? I got something here. Back in July 8th of this year, Disney announced the creation of Tron 2. Oh god, Disney has their hands in something and they broke it. Yeah, they might have, but like I said, this is just thoughts. With that, though, they were thinking maybe we should get the original scores of the original Tron back on board, which Daft Punk did an absolutely amazing job on the original soundtrack. It got much praise. So the idea of trying to sign them back up was a pretty good idea. Well, Disney kind of did something to piss off Daft Punk back in the day. Now, because it did so well, Disney decided, everyone loves remixes. Let's remix it. Let's get a bunch of different artists in here. Let's not do Daft Punk though. Let's go ahead and bring in a bunch of different artists to remix this stuff and re-release it on a new album. Let's make so much more money. Let's give them let's jive it up. Let's make it more poppy. So that because kids love pop techno, right? And that upset Daft Punk so much. And it upset a lot of people, honestly. The thing is that the soundtrack wasn't meant to be this whole happening and jiving thing. It was meant to be a beautiful scene-setting melody that was just so pure. It's hard to not be upset when you take an orchestra and you just shove so much techno in it that it's not even beautiful. So my guess is, as Disney approaches them for Tron 2, there's a little bit of a dispute between them. I'm thinking that Guy Manuel probably wanted to go ahead and continue on with it. Do a second one. Disney won't do it again. We'll put in a contract or something like that. And Thomas might have been a little bit salty still because of that. And you can't blame the guy. I mean, he took something beautiful and went behind your backs and went ahead and did something with your piece of art that kind of indirectly tarnishes your name a bit. Not really, but maybe that's how they could have felt, was they felt betrayal because they took something that they had made and then morphed it into something else. But a little bit of an argument like that over, oh, we should totally sign back on board. People loved it. I don't really trust this company. Could have driven the spike to make them split. The other thing that kind of does fuel this theory is Disney ended up throwing out to them the Tron Legacy Complete Edition, like the complete soundtrack, out for Daft Punk Spotify back here in December 2020. So Disney was trying to do something, like they're trying to extend their hand of like good faith, but obviously it didn't work out the way they wanted it to. Also, upon looking at the Tron Legacy playlist on YouTube, it was updated just one day before Epilogue was released, and that's kind of odd timing. And my third theory is quite plainly, they could have stored something away. These guys are geniuses, and the idea that they have something in the works or it's already done and they're going to release it later down the line, almost like a time capsule, would absolutely not totally surprise me. Doing an Alive 2027 with just this album that was stored away and is set to release at a certain time, I could see them doing that. Just taking the world by storm one more time. Don't they have a song? One more time? Foreshadowing. They may be separated now, but anything that they had in the works still definitely does exist. And the idea that Guy Manuel can't just go ahead and try and finish up these things by himself, isn't far-fetched at all. I mean, we had that with Avicii. Avicii had a whole nother album come out after his death because a bunch of artists came together to finish up his last hurrah. Overall, though, these are just thoughts. Nothing more than brain fuel, okay? It's hard not to think that there's more to the story and that there's not more songs that could be coming out along the way. But the reality is they broke up. That much is true. The idea of more music coming out is slim to none. But the idea of these two talented musicians quitting out of the music industry altogether, that's impossible, and it's not going to happen. They will continue to have an influence on the world of music with their talents, and they will keep on creating masterpieces till the end of their days. It's kind of in their programming. But I will miss these guys, and I thank them for the random access memories that they gave me to remember forever. Good luck on your journey, guys. I look forward to seeing what you guys do next.